It's a Loyola hat?
Actually, I'm a bit Loyola rich today.
Yeah, you are.
The hat and the shirt.
Feeling extra prideful?
You got it.
Nice.
What's up?
I always need something separating me from Ken at all times.
It's a good barrier.
The new setup. Actually,
Yeah, a little bit of a new,
I
new
couldn't
look.
get you live when you were doing the Nats,
Yeah, you couldn't hear us.
and I was gonna do the live
bad?
chat.
We weren't on
I
video.
was gonna,
Oh, that's YouTube. You were listening to YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
of course.
SoundCloud.
What else would I do? That's what we did. That's what we're doing.
The national show, which was just finished taping, was audio only.
So it should pop up, right? When we do it. It's not on.
And we're live. That's it right there. The Calvin and Hobbes
Oh,
picture.
the Calvin Hobbes is. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Oh.
Let me go ahead and get started.
I have to turn it down, though.
The sweeter things in life always bring people
It's always
Hold
good
on.
to hear
Don't turn it down until you.
what we're
hear us.
advertising. We want to know what the who we're making billions of dollars for by.
I don't want to skip.
Don't,
I don't want to
don't
skip
be
the
something
ad.
weird. Don't be something weird.
Should I skip
Come
the ad?
on.
I'm not gonna skip the
Don't
ad.
skip it. Yeah.
No.
I
We
don't
make
know.
like
That's our ad.
18 million
That
to
is
the
alright.
penny more.
We get credit for that. There we
There
go.
you go. We're good.
Yeah. we are.
Awesome. Check her out.
I'm gonna turn this down.
Man, our IT department is
Oh,
growing
we
by
got
the
people
day.
on our evening, gents.
Who do we have on so far?
James Rainey, first one
Rainey is
in.
an evening gents.
Thank you, sir, for finding us after a couple
Eric
weeks off.
Anderson,
Appreciate
welcome
you
back.
guys. Senor.
T, you got that on lockdown over there? I love it.
Senor.
We already got compliments on the new view. Thank you.
There you
Appreciate
go.
the
A little bit of.
feedback.
We're gonna work on
Is
the
it-
shot.
Is it less fat-headed? Less fat-headed.
Is
No,
it?
it's
No, it's probably not. Not after you said that. Not after you said
I
it
know,
like that.
especially after I stumbled all over it.
We'll figure out maybe a way to get
AGH,
Benjamin back in.
What's up, brother?
What's up, AGH? Nasta.
That's my new nickname for Andrew Griffin Humphrey.
Of course, and picked up on it right away.
You know, I'm not much of a detective, but I did.
Okay,
I
I
was
was
I was picking up what you were laying down.
I kind of didn't sound like he knew it, but
My
It is
man.
time to talk some
Robert.
Redskins. We
welcome,
get-
buddy.
Who's just
Robert
joined?
Cohen.
What's up, buddy? Once the word goes out, we're about to get started here. We really appreciate it. And of course, I'm preaching to the choir, but someone's going to click on it and they're going to hear me ask as I point behind me. Hit the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind. It's free. We appreciate the numbers. You'll get notifications if you want them on when we go live, and certainly notifications when we do live broadcasts for sports, which we will have some awesome football this fall. But not the football that we're going to talk about tonight. Well, why don't we go ahead and get started here, guys? R.I.P.
R.I.P. Bushwick Bill. He gave us a lot of
Absolutely.
deep-voiced hip-hop. He had a little something going on there. He got shot in his eye at point-blank range. Took a picture of it for the cover of the CD, you know. He
Yep.
was a tough cat. Didn't know when Halloween was, but he was my dude.
And everybody knows, damn, it feels good to be a gangster. I mean, everybody can relate to that, obviously. We'll say thank you to him, and we'll say thank you to everyone hanging out with us tonight in the basement of First Amendment Sports Podcast Studios. He's Tim Strachan.
Yes, it is. I'm actually here now. My foot is still healing, but getting much better. It's great to see everybody. Then you only come back and you see things are all changed around, and you're
I know.
throwing me off. But I had to class it up a little bit with the tie. And
I know you came prepared. You
Yeah.
can't
We
throw
are
someone
working.
off in a power tie.
This is work.
No one wearing a
in
power tie
some
gets
way.
thrown off
That's
by
that's
the
what I tell
changing
my
of
wife.
a table.
Yeah.
But I did come from my other job straight. So
Of course. Well, I like to think that you went to your other job before podcast, but that's all kind of how you get in the DeLorean. He's Kevin Ricca.
Hey, man, listen, the Women's World Cup started today for the U.S. squad. I know Ken himself likes ties. I myself can't stand them. But that's why I told you how good you looked
You're right.
outside, and I
He
didn't want you to
does- he
change.
does
Well,
like
the
I'm so
U.S. women
happy.
didn't tie anyone today.
No,
they
no.
laid it on Thailand.
No, they
laid it
did.
on Thailand.
Yeah.
Tell you who doesn't like ties, Thailand.
Gave him the old
They would've prayed
Bangkok,
for one.
didn't they? Just
Yes,
a little
they did.
take a bow.
All right. This is the Audible, our
There-
off-season
there's-
on the Brink
there's
programming.
Actually, James Rainey just made a good point.
Oh, already he's making good points.
Well, yeah, because Benjamin's not in the shot.
I told you we're working on our shots. So
I'm actually upset about
But
this.
you're wearing a tie, so
Yeah.
we got that going for us.
I'm pre-carving out a spot potentially right here for Benjamin. It used to be between Kevin and I, but he was kind of like, hey, psst, get me a little bit closer to Tim Striker.
I always disappear when Benjamin gets talked about. He's a good man.
Yep, we got to work on that. We got to work on how we're going to work in our jump seat interview shots. But I like this better. Plus, it puts us in position to maybe even actually play some cards on this card table one of these days. Maybe not live on YouTube because I don't even know if that's allowed. But also because I don't want anyone seeing all my game. You know,
Gross, man. The camera angle should
I don't want
prevent.
to see your game.
Does the camera angle point at
just
some
for the
record?
I'm not
record.
on this
Don't want to
microphone.
see your game.
Are we getting
Nobody
punked
can
right
see
now?
any-
Whatever
no
the
one
hell
can see
that
anything.
entails.
Yeah. We'll see if the comments say someone sat in gum. We'll know that the camera angle is definitely off.
The Washington Redskins offseason, which has been underway for quite some time, has gotten a little bit brinky as of late since the last time we talked. The Trent Williams story, that's the story. That's the biggest story for our offseason at this point in time. Kevin and I had a little go at it before kind of facts and the situation matured at the end of that first 1 or 2 days. But let's just do a quick poll. Is Trent a Redskin in week 1? Anyone?
I say absolutely, and without a doubt, and with a couple more bucks in his pocket,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Okay.
Yep.
And T?
I don't know.
Well, it's yes or no. It's a yes. You have to. Is he?
Why
Is he
you
a
gonna
Redskin?
Back me into a corner.
Do you think he's going to be on the team or not?
I got to go with no. I think this is just too weird for it to actually work out well.
On the scale of weird in this franchise, this is
kind of our
like
thing.
a 4.
Yeah, no, this does not have a good feeling to it.
It's the perfect. He created the situation
The
that can only be
fact
solved
that
by
the
money.
Players don't know about it. I mean, this can't just be money hungry.
Hold
And
on.
that probably plays into my take on this whole thing.
You know that if Bruce Allen says he knows the truth, that we should all rest. We should all just rest easy.
I'm
The
not
fact
feeling very
that-
resty.
I don't know if Bruce Allen knows what the actual definition of the truth is, much less that he would know this truth.
Bruce
But-
Allen told me to rest and relax. I'm running.
Well-
I'm going the other direction.
Hey, listen, I'm going with the leadership in the locker room. His brothers have all. That's what makes me feel good about it. Like if someone comes to you guys and is like, Kevin hasn't said that to me. I see him every Tuesday. He's got a lot to say on and off screen. And
Well, then
I'm
what's
just
the
saying.
whole point of the medical issue and all that? I mean, what's the whole point of that even being out there?
Well, it's a good way to start off on. Hey, we're sad. Can you make us a little bit happier with about a 3-year extension on the rest of this contract?
Well, before we get into that, I'll
right.
because that's a multi-layered situation, and I would say if I had to guess, Trent Williams will not be on our team in September, and that is not a good result. I don't think, because I do believe that this is a guy who has one more big payday left. I mean, he just does. And I don't know if him and his agent can look at each other and reasonably expect to be healthy, fully healthy, to get that mega deal at the end of the next 2 years. I'll say, if you pay a left tackle his market value, it's never a bad decision. If you pay one of the best left tackles in the game the money that it takes to keep him on your roster, I don't think it's ever a bad decision. So, and I love Trent Williams, and we drafted him. He's our guy, and he's one of the best, and he's our best player. All these things are true, but this is a business move, in my opinion. And when they fired the first shot, it was a doozy. The one thing that, Kevin, I'll say for the Redskins is they can't be shamed. They don't feel embarrassment, apparently. They're impervious to feel regret, I guess. And so this is the perfect way to go at the Redskins organization if you're a businessman. And please, everybody, remember, Trent Williams is a businessman as well as a football player. He understands what people are making off him, and he understands what there is for him to make. And I promise you, there's a team of people around him making a ton of money that calculated. And this is a calculation, and it typically doesn't end well for the team that it gets done to.
Listen, it's a straight business. Everything about this is business. And Trent is very smart that way, and he is surrounded by people, and he's had much success in that field. him as a player is what we got into at the beginning of this, but him as a person is what we haven't talked about yet. And anytime you have a tumor on your head,
Yeah.
and no one knows if it's benign, malignant, and they're not certain about the process, and maybe it doesn't go the exact way, and maybe it wasn't supposed to happen the way you thought it would. Whatever the hell it is, that's some scary shit.
Yeah.
And I think that scared the shit out of Trent, and he was pissed. And I think that's a big part of it. I think he's had some time to think about it, get over it. I think he's very mad at the medical staff. I think there's people in the Redskins front office that he wants
I'm
to
mad
give
at the medical
business to.
staff.
And I know this. He is the last guy on the roster I think would run from his brothers. He is the leader of that locker room. He is the man. And I do
definitely
not think
agree.
he would take a cash grab in any other way. I think this is just a means to an end. And the end is for a bit of a renegotiation. And I know this. Trent Williams is going to have a real hard-ass time going somewhere else and fitting in quite that way. But I also know that if the Redskins lose that left tackle with Dwayne Haskins in the fold, we look like the dumbest asses in the universe
doesn't
again.
have to do it this way.
I'm
He's Trent Williams.
Hey, listen.
It doesn't have. He doesn't have to.
He just
put
had
a
something
team
cut out
over
of
a
his head
barrel.
that maybe they didn't have to cut out. Or
I know.
perhaps
You make a great point.
That's all.
there,
That's
and
all I'm
not,
saying.
I'm not.
And I know nothing about that.
You're right. I don't know anything about that, and that's why I say the whole medical thing is just that's what makes this whole thing weird. I just don't feel like he needs to put this team over a barrel, given how what he's meant to this organization. I don't, unless he has a real true gripe with the medical situation. That aside, he didn't need to do this way.
Yeah, but when all's said and done, if he gets paid
He didn't need to do it right
and
now
kind of
either.
gives it to him the business for what he thought they gave it to him, and he still stays in this locker room, he comes out Irish
He had-
Spring.
he had to
And
do
you
it.
said it's a business, so look
Yeah.
at the other business side.
Well,
right?
he had to do it, T, though, because
If-
there's 2 years left on his contract.
If you look at some sort of
So
metric,
he had no choice.
right, of say like Pro Football Focus, right? His Pro Football Focus grade has been going down dramatically in the last 3
All right,
years.
I never thought you would like
No,
Pro
no.
Football Focus.
I'm just saying from a business perspective, it's not mine. I'm just saying if you're looking at the
right.
other side as a business, right? He's not getting better the older he gets. He's getting injured more often. He's had some injuries.
I
in
don't
the
know. He's
last
had
2
some
years.
rest here recently.
You're right. But I just this is all what makes me. It makes it such an uncomfortable situation.
I want to know what people are offering. I at least want to. I want to know
he's
what.
Trent Williams. I don't know if
That's
he
fair.
needed to do it this way.
Well, but
what
T,
other way is there?
No, T, he's got 2 years left on his contract,
There
and
is.
there's no way he's
of a
making it for the
football
next 2
team,
years.
Somebody who means as much to the organization.
Business
does.
though. No, you're right.
But this
behind
is
the
this
scenes,
is on the this is the
not in
playbook.
the papers. Not.
This is what
out
every
in the
agent
public sphere for
understands
everybody
how to do.
If you're going to put the gloves on and go up against Bruce Allen and Danny Boy Snyder, you cannot be called dirty. You're
And
going
you know
up
what?
against just
If
a mudslide.
That's another good point. If it's because of the clown show that's running it, and that's
No,
the way
it's
it has
101.
to be done. That's fine.
All right, we've already given them
That's
too
not what
much
it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
done
conversation.
that way.
But let me just say this
No,
to
it's
you
not
guys.
Best
This is well
player
all the
on
time.
other
Yeah,
other-
the
Oh, yeah.
best
all the
players in the
time.
league do this all the
Yes,
time.
this
Yes,
is
they do.
Antonio Brown style. People are fighting the system because the system sucks.
Yeah, that's the reason why I don't see Trent Williams running out on his brothers or anything like that.
Right.
I see them all understanding how the game is played. They
Sure.
see their guys get done wrong by NFL organizations all the time, and Trent Williams and his agent understand very well. You got 2 years left on the deal, and you're an aging offensive lineman who is absolutely today someone would pay him a mega deal. He has another guaranteed piece of money coming his way
I
from
agree,
somebody.
I agree with everything you said and exactly what you just said, and here's why. Willie Rofe, Hall of Famer. He was a Pro Bowler, age 31 through 35. Jackie Slater, Hall of Famer, Pro Bowler, 31 through 36. Jason Peters up in Philly after tearing his ACL came back. Previous 5 Pro Bowler, 31 to 34. Art Shell, 31 to 34. Andrew Whitworth in St. Louis right now playing in Super Bowls, going into year 37, 38. He was a Pro Bowler in 36, 31 through 36. This guy, these freak guys, and I think he's one of these freak guys.
Without
Don't
a
we all
doubt he
agree on
is.
that?
Our best player.
And I think
best player.
here's what it seems to be. The cliff for these freak left tackles seems to be the age 34, 35. So if he can squeeze a couple more years, whether it's a 2-year or 3-year extension, to the point where we can get rid of him after 3 or 4 without getting killed on it, and he can guarantee himself some more cash, he's going to say anything about a stub toe. But it's not a stub toe. This is a brain tumor. This makes the negotiating table a tad bit different.
I will give him more money over the duration of his remaining contract. I would be happy to pay him another $3 million or $2 or $3 million a year, maybe $2 million a year to get him to that, because he's 14-ish on the salary cap. He can get him to that 17, which is where the top guys are. I got no problem with that.
How about the duration, which is I want the duration of Dwayne Haskins, because we ain't getting anyone better to protect our number one investment right now, our savior in some eyes, and our rocket armed badass cannot be RG3'd again, correct? So
No.
the way, if we don't want to RG3 him, we better have a guy like Trent, and I don't know where you
I'll
find
give
another
him the
one.
money.
Don't
I'm
let him
giving
get
him,
Munson, right?
give him the money that
saying.
over the
I want
rest of the
Trent. I want
contract,
Trent on the blind side for 4 years,
and
That's
then I'll
what I
give him
want.
his market. I'll be happy to give him his market value in 2 years.
I mean, that sounds good, but you know what? We don't know what's happening on the medical side, so that's all I'm saying.
That's why I'll pay him more money.
I'm
for
not
the next
saying it's
2
a
years.
ploy. I'm not saying this is a negotiating ploy. I'm saying this happened. It's real.
Oh, sure.
Now I don't know what level it happened at and what level he's going to take it to, but
He was
right now,
he was 5
I'm
more
sorry.
years.
If all these
Guaranteed.
listen, there's 5 guys that make more than him right now. In the last 7 years, Trent Williams gone to 7 Pro Bowls. The 5 guys ahead of him haven't combined for 6. So I understand him, but I don't think instead of saying it's the ego thing and I want to be the highest paid.
But there's not a
I want him
history.
here. He's the best player on our team. He's the
That's
leader of
just
our
it.
locker room. He is the
Of
man.
course. Of course, I'm
not kowtowing to budgets
I'm
at this
also
point
not
at
sitting
that
here saying
position.
I'm some sort of great businessman, but I don't think there was a problem the last time around getting him signed up, right?
No.
There doesn't, until this medical issue's been brought up, there doesn't seem to have been any riff whatsoever with Trent Williams.
No, he's been beloved
You know,
all
the
over
only-
the place.
The only riff was when he had the incident with marijuana and he got the C taken off of his chest. But he's still a captain of this football team.
Yep.
He's still, by all accounts, the face of this organization. I just don't understand why it didn't have to be. It couldn't have been done behind the scenes.
Because the Redskins
at least
don't
to
have the
start.
ability to. Right now, they're so strapped, and one of the main reasons why they're strapped is the $51 million they still owe Alex Smith, regardless of what happens with Alex Smith. They're locked into Jordan Reed money. They're locked into a couple other things.
I guess.
If you go
Once
to
you
a
put
team,
gloves on, the other person's going to put
yeah,
gloves
no, you
on
go to a
too.
team, you say, I want a new deal. And they're like, well, you have 2 more years left on your contract at 14, whatever it is, point whatever it is for the next 2 years. Yeah, you're underpaid versus the top 3 or 4 guys above you. So that's why I'd be willing to give him the money. But I think he has to play hardball to get a penny more out of the Redskins.
How about
He
the
has to
fact
play
that, how
hardball.
about he sits down and says, listen, I'm over all this, blah, 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 but I want to retire a Redskin. I want to be here for Haskins. I want to be here for what's going to happen. I've sat here through the lean years. I've been here forever. I could be an all-time Redskin. I'm going to be a Hall of Famer when it goes down. Every left tackle in the Hall of Fame, the most Pro Bowls anyone's ever been to is 11. He's going to hit that number. He's going to be a Hall of Fame left tackle
Correct.
on a losing franchise that never won shit.
I know.
See, I would lead
So-
with that.
I'm just saying.
Of course.
I would have led with that.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
but-
It's a combo of both, and they both are real. They both
that's-
exist.
Without it getting out, I
That's
would
2
have led
bullets in
with
his
that.
chamber and none on
And if
theirs.
they-
That's all.
If the
it's a bullet in
Redskins
his
say to
chamber. That's
that,
Redskins
I know.
chamber.
if the Redskins say to
No,
that,
but how
no,
about
Trent,
it in this era? How about
I
it?
would love that. I would love that.
He could be the face of the turnaround, and he should be. And I'm sorry, we don't have any good tackles right now. And if we lose the best one in the game, we might as well just put Dwayne Haskins in a styrofoam box with packing tape and not touch him for a year, because you cannot put him out there with what I think we could possibly demonstrate.
You can't
with an
replace
injury
Trent
or
Williams
two.
this year or next year, and you're not going to replace him.
Right. I
You'll
think he's a
replace him all
must
the time.
sign. And listen, when
But-
Kerrigan's deal comes up in 2 years, I feel far less confident about re-signing him.
Understood. But Kevin, all I'm saying is this is where we disagree. I would pay him his market value right now for the next 2 seasons.
You and I often disagree on salary cap versus locker room heart and soul. And
No, that's not what I'm
that's
disagreeing
telling
about.
you.
I'm disagreeing about the
He's
ability
I
to
think
build
he's-
a team.
If he's the best in the game for 4 years, how do you get better than that, Ken? That's what I'm asking you.
Kevin, I'm not giving him
If
a
you have a
5-year
rookie
contract.
quarterback and you have the best left tackle in the game, how do you botch that? Is
I
what
think
I'm
he
saying.
should hire you as his agent, first of all. And
Because I know what, he's played his ass
Yeah.
off for us, and he's played hurt for us.
I know.
And you wanted to say to me, oh, all these injuries, blah. He sat out after he played hurt, and many of his starts, that guy had a tear in the inside of his knee. It was a 7-month rehab. He finished a damn season, but
I
we didn't
know.
have a chance because
And
he has been a warrior for this
this
franchise.
is the argument that they're making to the Redskins right now.
And they should.
Exactly.
And they
should.
very well should.
I know. And all I'm saying is when you owe $51
Okay,
million
then who are
to
you
a
going to play
guy,
at left tackle at that point next year?
I'm not
So hold on, no,
chasing
but-
Trent Williams out of
I know,
town.
but
next
listen,
2 years.
it's not
we
going to
have
be an
him for
amount of
2
money that
more
blows
years.
us out of the world.
We have him for 2 more years.
We got to pay a left tackle some damn good money, no matter who it's going to be, because we don't have one in the wheelhouse right now.
We have the best one in the game under contract for 2 more years.
With a rookie quarterback that needs a left tackle. It's hand in hand,
Look,
don't you think?
I honestly think
I have the
you're,
guy I want
you're
for 2
both,
years.
I think you're both missing the real story here.
Uh-oh.
The
real
I
one?
don't think anybody's arguing, and they're not even arguing on the chat, that Trent Williams should be here.
Yeah, we all want him
Everybody
here.
agrees he should be here. The story here is the way this is being done. It's just.
Hey,
I
that's-
think that's big. I think it's big.
It's business, T. This is the NFL now. Let's get over that part of it. Like we're all familiar with what Antonio Brown just did to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He picked them up, he body slammed them, he rolled out, he got his, and he left everyone in his wake. And he didn't give a damn because they didn't give a damn. He thought about him. You know,
But
a
then
lot
that
of
says
the owners
just
have had
as
the
much.
upper hand in this conflict for eternity.
An even bigger
been
discussion
the case.
on the chat right now is the fact that Bruce Allen's got to go. Right. So
Well, yeah.
I think that's
But
what
he
I'm
knows the
saying.
truth. Does everyone know
That's
that
what
he
I'm
knows
saying.
the
I'm
truth?
not disagreeing with anything you're saying.
Yeah.
It's business. But if you have an adult running an adult organization, hopefully you don't have to use this tactic. Is what I'm saying. If you want to have an organization go where you want it to go. You want to have an organization where
Pittsburgh has the
Trent
best-
Williams
Pittsburgh has the
can
best
go into
organization.
the top dog's office and say, "Can we have a grown-up conversation?"
I'm with you, but
I have
Pittsburgh
two-
has
I
the
have
best
two- I have 2
organization
years
in
left.
football, and they just got the most embarrassed of any franchise
You're right.
in an
No,
offseason.
you're right.
And this is what's happening now, and they're bucking the trend versus the owners having a majority of the control in these scenarios. And I'm not agreeing or disagreeing
Yeah,
with signing a
I guess
contract.
you're right.
But here's the deal: in
there's
the
a bigger
NFL, there's no
picture here.
guaranteed money. You can sign someone to a contract.
Yeah.
It's a guaranteed what piece of shit in a box? What's the line? It
he's
doesn't
gonna-
matter. They'll
he's
cut
gonna
you.
get the
Bill
Kirk
Belichick
Cousins.
will cut you. Everyone will cut you. So you know what? If you got to cut
You're right.
someone every now
There's
and
a
then,
bigger picture
look
here.
out for yourself.
You're right.
I'm just saying.
There's a bigger picture
And there's very
here
few
about,
people I would say that about. Not every NFL player. I'm talking
understand.
about this particular guy for the Washington Redskins.
I think you're right. There's a bigger picture here. Maybe this is all playing.
Well, also,
into the
Dan Snyder's a
CBA.
dick.
Well, no. It's
And
playing
at some
into-
point in time, players are going to
Yeah.
go rebel against
but it's
guys
also
who are
playing
dicks.
into the new
Agreed.
CBA.
With Bruce
that's
Allen
coming
is
up.
also a dick. There's
Yeah,
two dicks.
they're just- they're dicks.
There's gonna be a loggerhead here between the players and the owners coming up soon. This could be playing all into it.
A loggerhead. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, they're already negotiating.
The work
so
stoppage,
they're,
yes.
They're trying to. So everything that's it.
Maybe
that-
this is
Get
this
that
is the
guaranteed
playbook.
cheese up
maybe
front,
this is
baby.
maybe this is the playbook the players and their agents have been given.
So if there's going to be a work stoppage, then you sign Trent Williams. You can write it into. You can write all that language into his contract and save yourself because there'll be an uncapped year. It'll be awesome. We're going to get Mara will slam us with $40 million in salary cap penalty. It's going to be amazing. Everyone's going to love it. We're going to pay Trent Williams $1 billion all in one uncapped year. It's going to be awesome.
I'm just saying this. Around here in Kensington, we all pay extraordinary mortgages for family and friends. You know, we can move anywhere in the else in the world, have the same exact house for about half price, correct? There's a little bit of a twinge to me for the heart and soul of this, and it's not the heart and soul that isn't, dominating. I think this guy's the best left tackle in the league and the heart and soul in the locker room. And what a devastating, crushing blow it would be over a few bucks. And I know a few bucks sounds ridiculous, but it's not my money. It is my salary cap for my team. So I'm with you. We have to
pay
protect.
up
But I'm
for the
telling
next 2
you,
years.
I think it is the most extraordinary position in the next 3 to 5 years with Dwayne Haskins sitting there ready to rock and roll that we could possibly have. Aside from a few weapons, that's the guy we need the most. And I think he knows that. And I know that's where the barrel comes in. I get it. But I'm telling you, I don't mind whatever. And I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying I specifically want this guy to be a Redskin for eternity.
All right, so
I want him to be a Hall of Famer.
So we all agree on that. And we all want to be Trent's agent, and we all want to beg Dan Snyder to not be so much of a dick and to keep the best player on our team happy and all that stuff. We all agree on that. But let me ask you this. Let's say Bruce Allen and Dan Snyder dig in their heels, and they say, for example, they're going to give Trent more money over the next 2 seasons, but the contract duration is not going to increase. And with the work stoppage, I think very much factoring heavily in that mindset. Because Trent Williams is a player now who has the ability to ask for guaranteed money. Kirk Cousins, guaranteed contract. A 2 or 3 year deal, guaranteed. You know what I would do? I would if he wanted to tear up his contract, I would give him a 3-year deal with a guaranteed amount of a huge guarantee.
I'm not going to bitch and moan about that.
Yeah, I would do a 3-year deal for a ton of guaranteed money with Trent Williams. There's your solution.
This is
Bruce
season
Allen.
30. This is season 31 for him. So you're giving him 31, 32, 33 right before he falls off the edge. That's fine.
And I'm going to pay him. Whatever,
just-
$17 million a year, whatever it is, guarantee him.
The black guy we take if he leaves as not only fans, but as people who have seen the mismanagement of players for eternity. The black guy on both levels, the black guy they take in the locker room, the rookie quarterback. It's just a mess.
Yeah.
What if what if someone gives you 2 first-round picks?
Well, that's a different ballgame.
I'm asking the question.
But
What if someone else thinks like we do, that he's the best left tackle in the game, and they're willing to give him a 5-year deal with $100+ million, tons of guarantees, and they say, and we'll give you 2 first-round picks, and Darren McClinton's Minnesota Viking Nike shoes.
Those aren't nice.
Those are not my color, but
the way.
I'm just going to say this. If that's the case, then we got to get rid of Norman. We got to get rid of Kerrigan, and we just got to do this whole thing starting with Dwayne Haskins fresh. You know what I'm saying? We got to draft the left tackle with one of these first-round picks instantly, and then that's a rebuild. We've kind of been halfway in between a rebuild win situation, the yin yang of rebuild win.
2 first-rounders.
We're right in the middle, aren't we? Right.
2 first-rounders. I'm
Hey,
getting
2 first-rounders for anybody.
I think
2 first-rounders for anybody.
People have paid 2 first-rounders for way less than Trent Williams. Recently, we got 2 first-rounders for Sean Gilbert. That was a long time ago. 2 first-rounders for corners and wide receivers. The Redskins could be. That's the weird part about this whole thing.
That's a start over for me, though. That's a different ballgame.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Because then we really are starting over with youth all over the offense, youth all over the defense, and then I am trading Josh Norman, and you know what? And I'm calling Bill Belichick, and I'm saying, what will you give me for Jordan Reed? Because I know you want him. I know you do.
Yeah.
And he's the best guy out there, and I'd love for 86 to be a Redskin. I don't want to chase Jordan Reed out of town. But if we're going to get serious about this, the New England Patriots will give us something for Jordan Reed. I guarantee you. And do they pick in the bottom of the round all the time? Yeah, they do. But guess what? They find good players there. We should be able to find good players there. So it's going to be. I think the headline when he said to T's point, or what T was talking about when he said, trade or contract, trade me or give me a new deal. I'd be like staring at the phone, and like, well, that way, what kind of calls is that gonna bring our way? Just to hear
think
it.
If you read any hope into Bruce Allen saying patience or relax or
I don't read any hope.
No. If you did, I did hear recently a former NFL team exec say there are a myriad of ways you can do this.
Yes.
And if he's saying patience, maybe they're going through those myriad of ways of how to figure this out, and hopefully are acting like adults now that the pressure was put on, and he shot the first shot over the bow or whatever. Hopefully that's what's happening, and this is not going to be something that we have to talk about for the next,
Oh, it's always going to be something.
That's 2
months.
Bruce Allen lips on 2 Trent Williams cheeks.
I'm
is our
not
best
saying
hope.
it's
right
Oh,
now.
and if
I'm
you're
just saying,
keeping
if
track
you have
out
any
there,
hope.
playing the home version, Bruce Allen has.
Everybody on here thinks that there's absolutely no adult in Bruce Allen
Yeah,
whatsoever. They have no faith in him.
He chased out McLovin.
and we agree.
He chased out Kirk Cousins. He's apparently chasing out Trent Williams. God damn it, Bruce, you're killing me. But whatever, what are you going to do?
But he knows the truth.
But he knows the truth. There's just the truth is setting him free to tell us about the truth.
We got to stop saying truth and Bruce Allen the same freaking
See
sentence.
anything going on there?
Anything? No, it's they're following our conversation.
All right.
They're pretty much going. They're really roasting Bruce. I just don't think we have to pile on that much.
No,
they're having
Bruce
a good
knows
time.
how.
He's
Glad you guys are
just a
having a good
little
time.
guy. We don't want to hurt him.
That to me, this
I think they actually want to hurt him.
because it does happen.
That's warranted.
To the Steelers. Yeah, like they get punked by Antonio Brown, and those players they are out there and.
Well, they've been punking guys just like the Patriots.
I know.
Guys get cut from these huge, ridiculous, successful NFL.
Correct.
And that's part of it. This guy, and I get it.
I'm talking about the blowback against Snyder and Allen specifically in this league, because when you get voted the least trustworthy front office executive in the entire NFL by by a large margin, I'm just saying, like, there's bad blood there. There's like some bad will. Like, people aren't excited about that, and
that's biggest snake in the jungle right there. That's not.
Yeah. There's consequences.
There's some dirtbags in this sport that we love.
I always used to argue in the mid 2000s that the dysfunction in the front office was right there in front of our faces on Sunday. Every week, And now it's there, in the off season is what or it remains there. Or the dysfunction that
Well, they've learned how to hide it with multiple good drafts in a row, and I get that, and I like that. But you know what?
We got good players.
The devil makes you pay in the end.
Surprised us.
With,
The devil makes you
Surprised
pay.
us.
with
They actually
50
did as
guys
well
on
as
the
they
injured
did.
reserve in a 22 calendar month period. The deal you sign with the devil, you can't crawfish. You got to hold up your end of the bargain. And I feel like Daniel Snyder's crawfished on the devil, and we're paying for the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just don't know what the hell you're saying.
But you don't want to be crawfish though. I'm
That's
guessing.
because you're not a big Tombstone fan, apparently.
No,
Don't get crawfished.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Trent discussion is pretty much like the main one. I'm not overly concerned about a lot of other stuff at this moment in time. I don't really give a ton of credence to guys in shorts and running routes and running as fast as they can with no contact.
No, you've given a lot of credence to guys in shorts before.
Well, I don't have I. See, I'm not sure. I mean, come on. I mean, shorts
Hence the barrier.
and helmets.
Yeah.
The main point is that our youthful offensive skill players haven't gone down with season-ending injuries at this point in time.
Thanks, Ken.
Yes, it's a
Good
big
job.
day. We already lost.
Way to go.
Oh no, we lost one.
Jesus.
We already lost one of our youthful for a season on the defensive side.
If you didn't throw the party of behind this wall, I would really, but I want to be patient here and just anyone watching us, what we're looking at is
Focus on the positive.
a multiple screen universe here that I can't wait for fall to happen for this.
Yeah.
And we're down here. But I also noticed an Xbox branded bag of wipes for the gamer. Did you know that?
Whoa.
So these guys play for 12 straight hours. You need to be able to have some type of I feel like that's what you did. Maybe they sent that to you.
Maybe they did.
Yeah, I think it was sent to you.
Maybe they
As
did.
someone that, the people that sit
You
there for
just get
12 hours.
crawfish. You got crawfish twice in a
Don't get
row.
crawfish. Don't
Twice
get
in a
crawfish.
row.
Gamers that go 12 hours and they have wipes now to clean yourself.
Gamer wipes.
So this could be a
Podcast
What do you call
wipes.
it down here? Podcast wipes.
Basement wipes.
All right.
Well, actually, basement wipes. Froghorn, he has a supplier for those, but
The purple ones.
yeah, they're purple.
They're the
They
blue
are
ones.
purple, and they have.
Eminem
they're
says never take the purple ones.
wired
so.
with copper to make you stronger.
Yes.
Because Myron Flowers
Right.
made them himself.
Yeah, I think we lost the audience, and that was my fault. Should I
Yeah,
crawfish
well,
tea
you
again, or
got-
should we just start talking about football? I don't know.
Just give him the trio.
That's a Len Bias sweatshirt you got on too,
It is.
isn't it?
Is that Len? That's MJ, I think.
That's MJ.
Yeah.
Oh.
Says Bulls.
All right, well, listen. You guys both said Trent
almost
Williams will
really-
not be a Redskin next year. Today
Yeah.
on this podcast.
Sorry.
No, if I had to guess yes or no, I'm gonna.
No,
throw-
I'm not
yeah.
judging.
I'm not
or
saying I
pointing the
want
finger.
that. I'm just
of course
saying
not.
I think that's the.
No, we're all in agreement with that. But I don't think it's.
This thing's way too weird.
I don't think it's going to be a thing.
can't-
I think he.
it
I
can't-
think.
it can't work out well.
I think, like you said, that first shot was fired. Now they sit down at a felt table somewhere that no one plays poker at. But a lot of
They could
drinks.
do it
But a lot
here.
of drinks are had at that
They
felt
can do
table.
it here
I'm
if
gonna
they'd
tell you
like
that.
to.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I
Well-
know it's your house, but
No, they can.
I just invited them.
I would love for them to show
Sure,
up.
this would be.
We just
perfect
called them
table
dicks
to
about
do it at.
17 minutes ago, but that's okay. It's all good. I want to say thank you to everyone who hung out with us live in the basement tonight. We appreciate you guys. We'll be back again next Tuesday night, and we will continue to do. I mean, now that we got our A team back, liaisoning with the folks on the screen. Anything we got to
Yeah, that
call
was
out?
fun. I
before we-
like that. I miss
Yeah.
our guys, man. AGH, James Rainey. Good evening, gents. Haven't heard that set out in a while. I love it, man.
Anything?
That's
Tate?
our squad.
Anything to add? I know you're just like loving following all the probably profane things they're saying.
Yeah, you just got called out for tempting faith.
Tempting fate?
Well,
Yeah.
really, I think he meant
No.
faith.
Well, that's probably true, but at the same time, I'm just
You
loving.
just put the jinx on it.
Oh, really? The jinx on the team,
Yeah.
on the Redskins.
Really? I love it. Out of all the Redskin jinx, Ken just put the final
Yes.
touches on.
Yes.
You
Yes.
just sprinkled the.
Otherwise, we were definitely going to win the Super Bowl like right away this year. Maybe be undefeated.
Bruce Allen grows horns in his head after midnight every night, but it's your fault.
Yeah,
It's your
absolutely. Well, I'm going to work on that. That's going to be my homework for this coming week. In the meantime, he's Tim Strachan.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Looking
appreciate
forward
you
to
being here,
another
man.
week next week. Sorry I haven't been around, but
Yeah, but you look great.
I kind of felt like it's like riding a bike. Great
You-
to be back in person.
You're almost crawfish impervious, but
I'm
no.
gonna have to go watch Tombstone now.
Yeah, you're going to have to watch
It's
Tombstone.
my favorite movie of all time. It's amazing.
They just came out with it.
No, that's the pizza.
No,
You're talking about
I'm,
the pizza.
No. I'm sorry. I have seen Tombstone. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you
What
talking
am I
about?
talking?
What the hell are you
what's-
talking
How
about?
many times can you get
I
crawfish
thought you meant
in one
Deadwood.
podcast?
All right, I got confused.
You got
I
a
wasn't
shirt
listen-
full of
Once
crawfishes
again, I
over
wasn't
there.
listening to you when you actually said something.
He's Kevin Riga.
You weren't listening to me because I was busy staring at you and your precious shirt and tie situation that you demanded to wear.
I think it
I
looks
said you
great.
should
My
change.
shirt
No, it
might
does
be,
look great.
My shirt might be cutting
Does
off
look
circulation
great.
in
It
my
does
head,
look
but-
great. It does look great. But listen, seriously, guys,
Good blue.
maybe I'm just still an 8-year-old Redskin fan, but we really need to take care of this Trent Williams situation more so than anything because without him on the roster next year becomes another wash, and I'm done with wash years. You know, in this new NFL, the team that's 6-6 can still go win the Super Bowl. You know, it's just the way the NFL is balanced out now, and the schedules, and I just can't take another washout year. And if he's not on our team next year, damn, with
Makes it
Dwayne
a lot
Haskins,
harder.
I'm just saying, and I know you guys agree with this. I'm not arguing. I'm just
A
saying
lot harder.
somehow, some way, can two negatives equal a positive, and can that side and this side come together?
I
and,
hope so.
And can we kumbaya this whole situation, please, God?
Let's get some basement energy and put it out into the world. We'll give it 7 days worth, and then we'll meet back here again next Tuesday night and see if it worked. Until then, I'm Ken Marangolo, and this was the Audible. Still live. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys
Good
hanging out
song
with
to
us
go
tonight.
out on. Throw that. Turn that up a little bit.
That's gonna get totally. Make sure you talk over it.
Oh, really? Because it probably will get. The,
Don't do
the
it
flag.
because I try not to say anything. Then you're gonna say we're off. Then I'll say something. Juice, you look super skinny. Froghorn, you look super purple down on the ground.